From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's voice briefing. It's Wednesday, September 13th, 2023.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist at the Detroit Free Press. The IRS is continuing to crack down on the wealthy and the schemers and the scammers. The latest news is that the Internal Revenue Service is targeting 1,600 millionaires who owe at least $250,000 each and collectively owe hundreds of millions of dollars. It's all part of an expanded push to ensure better compliance with the tax rules. Artificial intelligence is being used by the IRS to spot trends and patterns of behavior for skirting taxes owed. IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel said 75 of the largest partnerships in the United States, including law firms, hedge funds, and others, will be audited. On average, the IRS stated these partnerships each have more than $10 billion in assets. No estimate was given for how much might be collected from this group or how much income might be being shielded from taxes. Starting in October, the IRS will send a special compliance alert to about 500 additional large partnerships where the numbers don't seem to be adding up. The added funding that Congress provided to the IRS through the Inflation Reduction Act helps make this more comprehensive effort possible. The IRS is also going to be targeting those generating schemes that use the tax system to engage in fraud, such as promising people inflated refunds based on the Earned Income Tax Credit or tricking people into tax-related identity theft. The IRS said it is making improvements in audits involving Earned Income Tax Credits and will be implementing changes for the next filing season. More details will be available later this year.
This is Julie Hines from the Detroit Free Press. Want to see some period costumes worn by Hollywood stars in the movies? 40 outfits from films ranging from 2003's Pirates of the Caribbean to 2019's Little Women are part of a free exhibition that's now at Somerset Collection's North Grand Court. Called Cinematic Couture, it offers a close-up look at some of the most memorable costumes from more than 4 decades of filmmaking. And the Hollywood legends who've worn them? They include Sean Connery, Julie Andrews, Robert Downey Jr., Angela Lansbury, Dev Patel, Nicole Kidman, and enough other A-listers to pack an Oscar red carpet. Visitors can take their time looking at the clothing, find out more about them from docents stationed at the exhibit, and pore over a booklet that's part of the event. The costumes were curated for and loaned to Somerset Collection by Cosprop, a London costume house internationally known for its authentic reproductions of clothing for films set from the early 1700s to the swinging 1960s. Cinematic Couture will be at the Somerset Collection North through October 1st.
I'm Andrew Burkle with the Free Press Sports Department. And if you're planning on attending the Detroit Lions season opener on Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks, you might want to consider bringing earplugs. The hype around this Lions team has been through the roof the entire offseason. But after they went to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead, it all may just reach a fever pitch on Sunday afternoon. Lions coach Dan Campbell is known to get caught up in the moment at times, but he said he expects Ford Field to be even noisier than the notoriously loud Arrowhead Stadium was in Week 1. The Lions have a chance to move to 2-0 for the first time since 2017 and seek some revenge against a Seahawks team that beat them last year and ultimately snuck into the playoffs ahead of them. The Seahawks did lose last week to the Rams and former Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford, but the Lions learned last year you can never take Pete Carroll and this crew lightly. One thing you can count on, the Detroit Lions fans will be ready after an offseason of building expectations. Lions center Frank Ragnow said he was impressed by how many Lions fans made the trip to KC and said Ford Field should be rocking on Sunday. Football is one of the few sports where the crowd can directly affect the results on the field by drawing false starts and other timing-related penalties. The Bears once had 9 false start penalties on Monday Night Football in Detroit. With big-time stakes and a chance to set themselves apart, you can bet the Lions fans will be gunning to beat that number.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press by visiting freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.